I'm here with the winner and new, and for the first time ever, two-division champion Conor McGregor. The first man ever to hold two titles simultaneously. How does this all feel to you?
Where the is my second belt? I've spent a lot of time, Joe, slating everybody in the company. Backstage, I'm starting fights off everybody. I've ridiculed everyone on the roster. I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the he wants.
Draw back your shades. Don't misbehave. Open up now. Breathe it in. How's it do you?
What's going on, guys? Murph's YT13 here, and welcome back to another episode of Because We Said So. And as you heard right then at the top of the show, Mr. McGregor got it done. But first of all, how are you?
Yes, good. Always good. And yet to get going at harvest just at this stage. So a little bit frustrating, but we're getting there eventually.
Well, there's always light at the end of the tunnel, and that's the case with the podcast this week. I've actually managed to plug the microphone in, so it should sound a fair bit better than sounding like me, like I'm talking in a fucking empty tank of water.
Fucking idiot.
But we're back.
Yeah, well,
on the
we
air.
were talking about that earlier, and if you don't lift your game, I might have to make a spin-off show here.
Yeah, the spin-off. I don't know what you'd call it, because I said so, I suppose, because that's what, just go to the single one. But yeah, speaking of, they're not really a spin-off. I don't know who started first, but I got a tweet from the members. It says on their Twitter page that they're from Miami, Florida. I think it was Miami. But I got a tweet this morning from the gentleman at Because We Said So in Miami, Florida. So they are and they said they were going to mention us on their podcast. They were recording tonight to their time. I'm not sure what that means, but or what time that would be. But go and I'll leave the link in the description. Go and subscribe to them. They're on iTunes. They're probably a little bit bigger deal than us because they're on iTunes. But they talk. I think they talk. They might talk a little bit of wrestling, because he said they've got a few hardcore wrestling fans, and he was going to send them over here. So if you are listening from them, welcome aboard to our little Because We Said So. How weird is
Much
that?
better podcast.
Oh,
Much better.
Isn't it? That goes without saying. I wasn't going to say it, but that goes without saying. No, it was
we'll
cool.
send cheerio out to the Miami extension of this podcast, I suppose.
Okay. Well, it was so strange, though. I just got this and I was like, who the fuck is tweeting me from Because We Said So? And it was...
it was better than them suing us.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
A lot better than suing us. So.
But anyway, yeah, that was cool. I thought that was really cool. We've got two of your promos coming up later on in the show after we... what is that after? I think that's after our Survivor Series predictions. We're going to jump in. We've got two promos from Bades and Hack. We haven't watched them. We haven't seen them. We haven't even taken a peek at them. So that's going to be interesting. Of course, the competition is if you can send us in a promo and we like it and we think it's the best. Third prize is a Finn Balor limited edition figurine. Second prize, WWE 2K17 on Xbox One. And the big one, first prize, if you are, if you're like a Rock-esque type promo or someone like that, then you can win yourself an Elgato Game Capture HD. And huge respect to the boys for being the first two, isn't it? Like takes balls to go first.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a bit like Christmas morning around here at BWSS.
Yes.
We're pretty keen to get involved into them.
We're excited. We're excited to get that up and running. But as I mentioned at the top of the show, Conor McGregor absolutely fucking murks Eddie Alvarez. You watched it?
Yes. Watched it. Only word, and I'll take this word out of Joe Rogan's mouth, it was magical to watch.
Wasn't it? It was unbelievable.
It was just seeing a guy at the absolute peak of his powers, he just there was no way known he was going to lose that. It was just unbelievable.
He's quite literally the greatest of all time, I think. He's got to be up there.
Yeah, well, I text you, just said GOAT. He's amazing. He's got it all, and that's the thing. You can't take it away from him now. All the haters, you can't say that he's not any good anymore.
No.
Because he is. Alvarez is a motherfucker, and he just fucking annihilated him.
He made him look. I saw Brendan Schwab on Joe Rogan's podcast. He said Conor looked like he was from Mars, and Eddie looked like an average guy just trying to find his way and didn't know what he was doing.
Yep.
It was phenomenal.
Yep. And look, Cal Sonnen said that Alvarez is pound for pound the best fighter in UFC.
No, he's not.
Yeah, that's and
He's not.
and that's the standing. That's the standing this guy had.
Yeah.
All these fans around the world probably don't realise how good this guy is and how easily McGregor put him away. It just goes to show how good McGregor is.
Well, they were talking about on Rogan as well that once you get touched with that left hand, it was written all over Alvarez's face. He got hit with that and he got dropped, and he was like, "What the fuck is this? Like, who is this fucker?" Because he sleeps you.
That left hand is fucking lethal.
Yep.
And like the knockout was the thing that the knockdowns and all that early in the first round and all that was great. But the finish, the combo that finished it was
the
just
accuracy of
fucking
that
off
was
his head.
just absolutely brutal. He just picked him apart. And some of those, like he jab with his left hand, then throw a left hook with his left hand, almost in like one fucking motion. Like you just, I don't know. Like it was. I said I was at work watching it, and I said to everybody at the bar, I said that's the best performance of his career. Even though the Diaz fight was a brilliant win, that was the best performance of his entire career because there was so much build up. First time ever in Madison Square Garden. And he just fucking murked him. Like, just played with him.
If you're going to go with McGregor, you've got to have a chin like fucking stone.
Yeah, and that's what Diaz has.
That's why Diaz can hang in there for 5 with him because he's got a head like a boulder.
Yeah,
and
exactly. So it was just a phenomenal performance. Conor McGregor, you are the fucking man. And, the game had a bit to say about him. You sent me an article earlier.
Yep. Very glowing, wasn't it? He, look, of course they want him because he's worth millions, but...
his ratings. Imagine the ratings on Monday Night Raw if all this went through. Tell us what the game said about him, like what he wants to do. He wants to bring him in.
Well, basically said that he's got it all. That would, he can cut promos, he can do it all, like UFC, like those press conferences and that's just WWE just from a T.
Absolutely.
So, basically said that he would fit right in and talked about how you don't need to be that 300-pound wrestler anymore. No. Obviously, Rollins and these smaller guys are coming in. And he would fit right at home at 180 pounds in the main event scene, wouldn't he?
Well, that's what he said, isn't it? He was like, he walks around at about 180, and he said, I've got guys that are, 180, 200 pounds who are stars, like Finn Balor and these kind of guys. So, Chris Jericho's not a very big dude either, and he's one of the best of all time. Like, you don't need to be that massive, big 6'5"
He would
monster.
be about Finn, would he? He'd be about Finn.
Yeah, Finn's not very...
He'd look like Finn.
Finn's very slight. I think Finn may be a little bit taller than you think. But...
yeah, righto. Yeah. I'm
not sure. He might be the same size. They would be very similar. But how would Conor fit in? I know you sort of... How do you take him as a legit wrestler when you know that you can just murk most of them in real life? But I suppose you could say that about Brock Lesnar. He could kill literally any man on the face of the earth with his fucking bare hands. So, and they still book him in wrestling. So, Yeah, Conor McGregor would be a phenomenal fit for SmackDown Raw. Can you imagine him when he rocks up?
Oh.
Like, if Jericho's talking
Yeah.
about being like you said this to me the other night, Jericho's sprouting off saying, I'm the first ever double champion, you know, like I won the University, the fucking undisputed title. And then you hear that Irish music start and then Notorious starts up and you're just like, yeah, here we go. And he comes out and gets in the face. That would be fucking awesome.
He would be extremely hard to book. I'm not. It'd have to be. He wouldn't have to. He couldn't be a one like a week in, week out.
No
guy.
way.
He'd be a pay-per-view guy.
A WrestleMania one-off kind of guy, I reckon. Like, I mean, everybody talks about, you know, how good Mayweather was. Mayweather, you could book Conor McGregor the exact same way with an entourage. You know, he comes in, gets a couple of shots on, you know, fucking Roman Reigns or something like that. It'd be sick though. Like, because can you imagine the promo battles? If you could, you know, maybe pair someone up with Heyman to go toe to toe with McGregor talking shit. It'd be the best.
Yeah.
It'd be fucking phenomenal.
Trying to get him to stop swearing would be an issue.
Yeah, I reckon. Give it a fucking belt. Where are the fucking double belts? Where are the double belts at?
Does he go to Woodley?
Oh, fuck. What's that, 170? I don't know whether... How far did the UFC let him go? Like, how much power do you want to give this dude? Like, what if he beats Woodley? And he's got 3 belts. Like, he pretty much owns the UFC. Like, and that's what he said in the press conference after. He's like, I want a piece of the pie. I want some fucking equity in the company. It's like, Jesus Christ, this guy is the only person on the face of the earth that can talk like that.
Well, Kavanagh, his trainer, was saying it's doable. Like, he fought Nate there.
Oh,
so,
he could. There's no question he could go up there, and Woodley would be just like, "Let's go," because that's money. You know, like he wants it. He wants the big fight. There's no bigger fight. It's red panty night. So, does he go up to Woodley? Shit, I don't know. It'd be unprecedented if he. But you've eventually got to defend your belt. Like you cut like that 145 belt. You can't hang on to that forever and just, you know. So, like you've made your history.
So they're talking Aldo again. And I'm not sure. Like, he does deserve it. He did beat Edgar. So I don't know.
Look, I would, if it was me, if I was Dana White, I'd be trying to talk him out of going to 145, and I'd be thinking, let's keep him in the range that he is now at 155. And there's some massive fights there. Like Max Holloway is one of the best fighters in the world at the moment. I think he's undefeated in like 9 or something ridiculous like that. And I mean that's your purest fight. But your big money fights, Diaz 3, in my opinion. Yeah,
I think my opinion would be Diaz trilogy for the belt, or he goes up to Woodley
and just tries to win 3. That would be a huge fight. Woodley, McGregor for the.
I'm leaning towards title. Woodley. I reckon they'll go there. He hasn't got a bruise on him, so he'll go quick.
Yeah.
And
as he said, what did he say about Rafael dos Anjos when he was going to fight him? He's like, I'll just dust myself off. I'll sign the check, and then I'll sign another contract with the same pen after I brush through this bloke. Fucking legend. What a fucking legend. But
I could talk about him all day.
Yeah, he'd be phenomenal on SmackDown or Raw, and we may as well go to Raw. Poor segue. Could have done better than that. Had to come around somehow, though, back to professional wrestling.
I'm definitely going. I'm making a spin-off.
Yeah, spinning it off. Fucking asshole. Raw. This was the go-home show for Survivor Series. Bit going on. It's got me a little bit more excited for Survivor Series after this Raw. I don't think it was quite as bad. I didn't watch it live. I never do anymore. I just tend to watch highlights, or like I'll try and find some stuff on YouTube and whatever. But Goldberg faces off with Lesnar, and I thought this was great.
Yes, it was very good, and which is surprising. We usually slate everything.
Yeah, I know.
But it was fantastic. It was
Paul Heyman fantastic on the mic.
Yeah. Particularly enjoyed when he said he was going to rip his head off.
Yeah. and feed it.
Yeah,
to Brock.
it had its moments where
Rip your
it
head
had
off
its
and
cringeworthy
feed it to
moments.
him.
They always do,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it was all in all a really good spot.
I love
And
the imagery of the security guards like up the middle of the ring, like across the ring, and then inevitably they're going to get cleared out. That's going to happen. But it's booking 101. These two are fucking animals, and they're going to tear apart. The average bloke. You don't want to book to look like the average bloke has a chance, and they were just the equivalent of average blokes in the ring, and they got fucking ragdolled. And I thought it was brilliantly done. Lesnar backs away. So he's clearly going to trying to get some heat, But that match, it can't go long, can it? Surely we might talk about it a little bit when we do the predictions. But yeah, Lesnar Goldberg face off on Raw.
It's one of the first times I've seen Lesnar legitimately play that weak heel.
Yeah, like that little bit of chicken shit heel, but he can get away with that because he can absolutely fucking kill you. So. But it's when
they said not on, it's on my watch rather than yours.
Well, Paul Heyman said on that the post match show that we don't do this for free, and that's the perfect excuse. He's like, we don't fight for free, we fight for the big money, and that's Survivor Series. So that's your out, and that's all you need to do. Plus, you don't want to see them go until they actually get in the ring. There's no way. So,
which they've done before in the last few months.
Yeah.
So
we saw Roman Reigns versus Rusev 100 times, and then they faced off at the pay-per-view, and Roman Reigns powered out with a fucking chain in his mouth. So, you can't stop that cunt either. But we'll get to that. It still gripes me. You can tell too. But we also had Raw and SmackDown competitors face off. Raw stand tall. I thought this was cool. With the Raw guys were all surrounding Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon, and then they go, "Well, you don't think we came alone, did you?" And the crowd erupted, and then the SmackDown guys came out through the crowd, and then they had like a little bit of a promo battle, and then Dean Ambrose, the Lunatic Fringe, started a fight, and AJ ended up getting shield bombed, I guess you'd call it, over the top rope into the other SmackDown guys. It was pretty cool.
Booking 101.
Exactly.
Very good.
Exactly.
Very good. Yep.
Let's have a pull apart, and then you can watch this match in its entirety. Come the pay-per-view, tune in, motherfuckers, buy a T-shirt on your way out, and that's all.
We're interested in what happens. You're interested in the result now because they build it up properly.
But what's really on the line? But if that's only if you think too much about it, it'll be a good match. It'll be fun. It's a placeholder pay-per-view, which is a little bit different. I'd prefer something on the line, but whatever. Who cares about that at the moment?
Yeah.
And also a little thing about Daniel Bryan on Raw Talk, which is the show after they had the SmackDown guys on Raw Talk, just talking a bit of shit. It's building up to the pay per view again, and Daniel Bryan mentioned TNA when he was talking to Mick Foley, because Mick Foley, I can't remember exactly what Mick Foley said. But Daniel Bryan said, "You can't hold it against me that I would rather be in the ring than be a general manager. Because, when you weren't allowed to wrestle here, you went to TNA and wrestled." And it was sort of that moment where you're like, "Oh, you can't say that." But I love Daniel Bryan for that very reason. Like, he called Cesaro Claudio, which is his name. Like, his actual name's Claudio Castagnoli. And it's because he knows Cesaro. He's best friends with Cesaro. And so he called him Claudio. He's just fantastic on live TV. I just wanted to mention that little tidbit because I thought that was cool. I hope they never stray away from those live little shows because they're the only sort of shred of sort of realism, that sort of makes you think back to the Attitude Era type thing where they were just saying whatever the fuck they wanted. And Miz cut his promo on Talking Smack on live TV and, without Vince McMahon dictating every word to him and that sort of thing. So it's like, please keep that. Please keep that because you can't lose that little edge.
Well, it makes blokes like The Miz. Like The Miz was, that promo he cut on there was...
Yeah, exactly.
It builds them.
Yeah. It gave Miz... People were talking about The Miz in a light that wasn't like, "Oh, can this motherfucker please just get off my TV?" But, I thought you can't lose that live element and you can't lose that little edge that I think Kevin Owens actually strikes a really good balance with at the moment. Kevin Owens sort of just skirts on the sort of the fringes. You know, AJ Styles is pretty good at it as well. I think the very, very best in the world, and the guys who have a little bit more leniency because they're on top, can sort of get away with saying a little bit different, you know. But it's all about trust. If you've got to trust these guys. These guys are so talented. It's one of the most talented rosters that I've ever seen. And just let them fly. Let them say whatever they want. Because that fucking shits me. You know, when you get Roman Reigns out there, who's a cool guy when he's in an interview as himself, and he's like, believe that. And you're like, you don't even believe that, you cunt. You know? Like, anyway, we'll move on to fucking SmackDown. And Edge returned. So he looked homeless, but I reckon he looked fucking awesome. Like he looked like he was like he looked like a badass. Then he hosted the Cutting Edge, and he had all this Team SmackDown in. He said that he's, you know, he bleeds blue. He's the fucking, you know, and he does because he was the, you know, that's where he made his name, was on SmackDown with Eddie Guerrero and all those kind of guys. And what did you think of this on the Cutting Edge with Edge returning?
Oh, it's always good when blokes like that come back. He is one of the greats, isn't he?
For sure. He's one of my favourite of all time.
Yeah, he would have, what, did he get to double figures world titles?
Oh, yeah, I think so. He might have gotten to double figures. Facts, as we always say, aren't very strong on this show. He might have. Look, probably. I was sort of, I got out of it sort of when he started coming up. As the I sort of superstar. Tony
I never
used to say it.
Yeah, I was sort of out of it by then. So I'm not I see Edge as that TLC guy, like the tag team, but
with the long blonde
so
hair.
I never really,
and
it wasn't really around when he was in his prime, when he had his run. So
how good were those TLC matches though? Like WrestleMania 18, I think it was, in the Astrodome, when Edge speared Jeff Hardy while he was holding the fucking where the belts hang from, and he speared him off that. I remember us watching that, just thinking, these guys are just the best. Like, that was back when you could put the tag team titles in the main event. It was that good.
Yeah.
It was so good.
It could have headlined WrestleMania, that match.
Yeah.
Or both of them.
If the was there more than Stone Cold one on top. So there was absolutely no way he'd be knocking them off the perch. But I saw something that I don't think I would ever see, and I didn't know I wanted to see it, and I probably don't even know how I really feel about it. But fucking Ellsworth is in there with Edge. He's in there with Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt, Dean Ambrose. And Edge shakes his hand and says he respects him and he loves what he's doing. And I thought, look, how the fuck is this bloke in this position right now? Seriously.
Oh, my God.
And then,
what are they trying to do with him?
And then The Undertaker comes out. And he's in the fucking ring with The Undertaker. Come on. It's such a great story. But honestly, why is Ellsworth in there? Jesus, fuck me.
It takes the sharpness off it.
Yeah.
Like, if those five guys and Brian are sitting in the ring and the dead man comes out and talks to them, you've got this bleached-haired little fuckwit sitting there. What is he doing? Like, he's standing there with his stupid face. It just bewilders me. Unbelievable.
With his stupid little fucking head. Oh, but he came back. The Undertaker came back. And just, you know, and I know you said it at the top of the show, we need to be more positive. But honestly, what the fuck was The Undertaker talking about?
I don't know. It was a complete and utter waste of fucking time. It was just bringing him out for the sake of bringing him out.
It was 900 episodes and they rolled him out, but he said he's back. What do you reckon that means?
Well, if he's back, why isn't he wrestling on Sunday?
Yeah, that's true. Why
Oh,
isn't
that's
he?
what I want to know.
Why is
isn't
Shane
he in the
McMahon there?
Survivor
He
Series?
beat the fuck out of Shane McMahon at WrestleMania. Why wouldn't Shane
Mhm.
McMahon say, "Look, if you're back, mate, take my spot.
Yeah.
I don't really want this. I'm just a commissioner. You're a badass motherfucker. Take my spot."
And if you're saying you're gonna beat us up if we lose,
yeah,
if you're capable of doing that, why don't you beat the fuck out of Raw? And if you hate Raw so much, join us and beat the fuck out of him on Sunday.
yeah, because Raw
What the
will
fuck are you doing, you
rest
stupid
in
old buck?
peace. And it's like,
God.
well, fucking help them out. They've got Ellsworth there. Replace fucking Ellsworth at ringside. How about that for a start? Jesus
Tombstone
fuck.
and break his fucking neck.
Tombstone,
Fucking roll him into the crowd.
Tombstone Ellsworth and break his fucking neck. That'll be a nice little soundbite for the podcast this week. Break his fucking neck. Owen Hart on Stone Cold that motherfucker. Just break his neck.
Yep. We'd still have Austin if it wasn't for that.
I reckon. Austin was a fucking... He had to change up his style a hell of a lot after Owen dropped him on his stack of dimes. What?
Apparently, your neck's pretty crucial.
Yeah,
So
I reckon it might be pretty crucial. Anyway, Raw and SmackDown, pretty good improvement this week. We never go too in depth because there's really not much to go in depth about, to be honest. So, yeah, fucking that's your lot for Raw and SmackDown. Survivor Series, are you even remotely excited about Survivor Series?
only Brock and Goldberg.
Yeah,
really.
Just to see how that'll go. It's like a train crash, right?
Yeah.
But
they might surprise us.
Well, we may as well start there. Who's winning, Brock or Goldberg?
Goldberg goes out on his back, doesn't he?
I reckon you're right. I reckon he... Well, look, it's hard to... Like, I mean, he can lose and come back later. It's not like, Goldberg's losing anything if he loses to the man who defeated The Undertaker at WrestleMania. But, I can't see Goldberg winning this match. I can't see him winning this match at all. I'm just more interested in how Lesnar wins. How will they do it? Oh, fuck. They fucking spin.
Do they? You on the gravy again?
No, I'm actually not.
Do they swerve us? Does Brock Lesnar's WrestleMania opponent come out and cost him the match?
Oh, that'd be great. I would love that. But the only problem I have with that is, do you want to give that Brock Lesnar loss to Goldberg? Like, do you want to give... What? I mean, it's something WWE would do, but I just think it'd be stupid to waste that win on Brock Lesnar.
It's a cheap win, though. It's not a clean win.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it depends who costs him.
So you're talking taking Brock undefeated all the way.
Yeah, and then beat him at WrestleMania. Like where he started this whole fucking thing against The Undertaker. Beat him at WrestleMania. Maybe even put the title on him at fucking Rumble or something like that. And, beat him at WrestleMania for the title. Whatever you got to do. Even if it's Reigns. I don't mind if it's Reigns, as long as it's done properly to get that big win over... if Reigns is your guy, they're going to fucking take Reigns, as far as they want to take him. If it has to be Reigns, it's Reigns. Whatever. I don't really care, honestly. But just don't give me this shit of, it's pretty much similar to what they did with The Undertaker. Brock beat The Undertaker. Brock didn't need to. So, it is what it is. I think Brock Lesnar over regardless of what's going on.
That's the only way I can see Goldberg winning is if that
is a fucked finish.
Yeah.
Well, who is it then?
So,
who fucking does that then? You've got
Kurt Angle.
Fucking Angle. Imagine that. That would get a massive pop. But Angle's got a fucking stack of dimes. So you don't want to put him in there with Brock Lesnar.
He went to the Owen Hart School of Hard Knocks, didn't he?
Yes. He certainly did. He won a gold medal with a broken friggin' neck. Next match.
What else?
Team Raw versus Team SmackDown live in a 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series men's elimination match. We've got the captains, Kevin Owens and AJ Styles. Team SmackDown is AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, Shane McMahon, Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton. Raw is Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns, Chris Jericho, Seth Rollins, and Braun Strowman. Who wins? Who cares? Is probably the question.
Don't know. No idea.
I think
Couldn't
Raw,
give a fuck.
I'm just guessing Raw because Raw always wins. Because that's just how it's always been. Raw's always been the A show. SmackDown's always been the B show. I just think Raw wins. Just for that very. They're not going to give but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I think that's the main thing. It doesn't matter a fuck. So, I'm picking Raw anyway. You don't have to pick.
Raw.
There you go. Team Raw versus Team SmackDown live. The women's elimination match. I'm not going to go through the teams. It is what it is. I think Charlotte is the captain of Team Raw and Nikki Bella is the captain of Team SmackDown. I think Team SmackDown will take this. I think they'll do it 50-50.
Right.
And make sure you get your...
I'll go Raw.
Oh, all right. Just go against me there. Make sure you get your predictions in as well because we are still doing the shout-out if you get them all right as well. Then we have the 10-on-10 traditional Survivor Series tag team match. I'm just going to pick Raw without even knowing who's in it because I see a picture of the Shining Stars here and I couldn't give a fuck about either of them. So if they're in a team, I don't give a shit about the rest of the match. And 10-on-10's stupid. It should be a fun little match, but it's stupid. So fuck that.
Can they fit on the apron?
So I don't know. You'll be fucking... You'll get Irish whipped and you'll get tagged in mandatory. Because you'll hit someone. So
there's 10 guys in the ring at once? Or is it
10
2
on
teams?
10. So I'm guessing there'll be 2 blokes in the ring and then 9 on the apron. I think that'll be how it works. It's a tag team elimination match. So teams will get eliminated as they go. So they'll do the quick fire, bang, 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 bang. 6 blokes will get eliminated right off the dot. And then, and then it'll come down to fucking whoever else is in the match. But I'm picking Raw.
Shithouse match.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we've got The Miz, who just won the Intercontinental title on SmackDown off Dolph Ziggler, which I think is just a horrendous decision to just flip-flop the title. But The Miz is taking on Sami Zayn. If Sami Zayn wins, the Intercontinental title heads to Raw. Sami Zayn, there is no way he is winning this match, in my opinion. Unless they're going to do a switch and put the cruiserweights, which is very plausible because this leads into our next match. Unless they're going to do a switch and put the cruiserweights on SmackDown, because Kalisto is representing SmackDown, Brian Kendrick's representing Raw for the cruiserweight title, and if Kalisto wins, the cruiserweight title goes to SmackDown, and the whole cruiserweight division goes to SmackDown. So I could feasibly see Sami Zayn getting the Intercontinental title, taking it to Raw, and then using that as a way to get the cruiserweights to SmackDown because they're going to be taping 205 Live, which is the new cruiserweight-only show for the network, after SmackDown. So now I've talked myself into thinking that Sami Zayn is going to win the Intercontinental title.
Sami Zayn, new Intercontinental champion.
Yeah,
so well done, Sami.
And I reckon Sami Zayn's going to take that Intercontinental title off The Miz at Survivor Series, and then Kalisto is going to beat the Brian Kendrick for the Cruiserweight title and take the whole Cruiserweight division to SmackDown Live. That's what I reckon is going to happen. And I've just talked myself into that on the spot. So
totally agree.
Yeah, that's your lot for the Survivor Series predictions. Should be...
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it, mate. That's it. That's it. Because those Survivor Series matches will go half an hour each.
Yeah.
So that'll be your show.
They'll
that'll
leave
be-
5 minutes for Lesnar and Goldberg at the end.
Yeah, no, that'll be the fucking smart thing to do. But it is time. It is now time. I've had my eye on this the whole time. It is time for the first 2 entries into our promo competition. I'm excited for this. I am like a little kid waking up on Christmas morning for this. We're gonna start with we're gonna start with Bates. He has cut a promo in. I think he said it was in his backyard wrestling persona, and he's resurrected his character from that. So, are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking. He's in a black hoodie.
Yep.
So he could be a dark character.
Yeah. I think he might be.
Yeah. So we'll see how we go anyway.
YouTube is a place filled, absolutely filled with filth, disgusting contributions that are weighing down our society. Now, Murph's YT13, I've seen what you have provided to the online community. I have seen what you have done, and it's filth. It makes me sick in my stomach. It is disgusting, deceitful content that weighs down our society, our very great society that we all want to see progress. We want to see we want to see things get better, don't we? I'm here to make it better. I'm here to overtake you all. You might be getting more views than me, but I'm going to make an impact. I'm going to make an impact, and I'm going to overtake you all. And I will save the world of the disgusting, filthy, wretched content that is provided by everyone else on this damned website. I'm serious. I'm dead set serious. I'm going to fix it all. And there's not a damn thing any of you sinners and disgusting spawns of Satan can do about it. I'm gonna cleanse the world of its sins. You watch. Just you watch me do it. I'm the Saviour, Raymond, and I'm gonna fix it all. I'm gonna fix it all, Murph's YT13. I'm gonna fix it all.
Jesus Christ. Holy shit.
I was legitimately frightened.
I looked over my fucking shoulder after that. Christ almighty.
I'm waiting for someone to knock on the door here.
Fucking go and make sure the kids are alright, mate. Jesus fucking Christ. That was fucking... It was awesome. That was awesome.
Very, very good.
He got right
Very
into it.
good.
I love that. That was fucking loose, mate. That was fucking loose. I don't know what to say. I'm fucking taken right back by that. Jesus Christ. Great. It was a great effort. I love it.
Well done. Very good.
love it.
I think we've got a clubhouse leader. It's not hard when it's the only one we watch. But
It's not hard. It's not hard, but we've got Hack up next. Shit. I'm rattled by that. That last sequence was fucking frightening. Absolutely
Yes.
frightening.
I was right with the darkness, wasn't I?
Yes.
It was very dark.
Yeah, really.
Bit of Matt Hardy, Broken Hardy, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was a little bit of Matt Hardy in there. I liked it. I like it. That's a strong start. Very, very strong start. All right. Well, shall we get into the next one, which is the Hack?
Who we got here? Hack.
Yeah, Hack.
Hack.
He's got a YouTube channel. So does Babes. I'll link them both in the description. Let's give
Oh,
Hack.
hang on. Is he dressed up here? I hope he's dressed up
I
here.
reckon he could be. He could be.
There's a silk shirt here.
Is there a silk shirt or is it a
Yeah.
jacket? I think it might be a jacket. We'll
Oh,
have a look.
Okay.
We'll have a look.
Yeah.
I sit before you right now, a very agitated and frustrated man. For many reasons, but one in particular. And I'll get to that in a moment. But first, let's address the elephant in the room. My name is BTG. Some of you may know me, a lot of you don't, because I do not ask for recognition. I don't pander and beg for subscribers. I don't do any of that. I put out content and I gain subs because of it. Perhaps to my detriment right now because I'm under 200. But what I'm here for is to create content that attracts viewers, not to comment in every little comment section. Hey, check out my video. Check this out. Give me some feedback. I'm here to win you over through the power of my content. And it pisses me off watching all these YouTubers coast and gain all this YouTube fame and all these fans and subscribers and all this love from all these people, and they don't deserve a damn bit of it. These people half-ass. These people rush, don't put out quality content just to get out as much as they can, as quick as they can. And that's a good strategy, but in the long run, in the long haul, the content and the quality of that content is what matters. And that's what I try to live my life by with everything, not just with some universe mode. That just happens to be the subject right now. And I have the best universe mode out of anyone I know. I believe that. That's no disrespect to anyone, including you, Murphs. You are my favorite YouTuber far and away. I've told you that recently. But I believe in myself, and nobody's given me a chance. Are you going to be the one to give me that chance? A chance to prove myself? A chance to wow you and all the thousands and thousands of YouTube fans, community members, IWC, whatever you want to call them? Are you going to give me my break, Murphs? Are you going to allow me to create the content that these people deserve? To give you some competition because you've been just running away with the ball? Speaking of the ball, it's in your court. I'm not going to ramble forever. Please, consider my offer. Consider the competition that will come from my offer. And have a nice day.
Good. Yes.
I really
yes,
like
not
that.
bad.
Man. That was cold.
Not
man.
bad.
That was cold.
Yes. Yes.
I really like that.
Very good. What was his name again?
Completely different. It was completely different. That was Hack. Or
Hack,
BTG,
yes.
I think he calls himself. That was awesome.
Yep.
I love the message. I really like the story.
Yes.
He arced around. Yes. Like completely different to Bades, who I swore someone was coming through my fucking window. But that was just laying down the challenge. That ball is in your court.
Yeah.
I love that. I absolutely love that.
Yes, very good.
I literally just got a tweet from Conan. So there you go.
All right.
So just put that on the podcast. Yes, I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
Very good.
Very good.
Keep them rolling in.
Yes. Hopefully that just creates maybe a little bit of a barometer for people. So maybe some people will maybe make that leap. I know I've had a few retweets. I've had a few people asking me what they can cut it on. So there is a few in the works. I know you're out there, and hopefully Hack and Bades have given you the confidence now to maybe get in and give them some competition, much like, you know, Hacky said in his he's challenged you for the belt of Universe mode. So he's laid down the gauntlet. I love the message. Thank you so much to the boys. I'll link both of their channels in the description. Fantastic. We're off to a great start. We're going to run it for a few weeks. We're going to see how it goes. But that is as good a start as you could have hoped for. I'm still looking around on the rooftops of my house for Babes. He's somewhere here. I fucking know it.
Yes, I'm having a good snoop around.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to fucking run to bed after I turn the light off tonight. That is for sure. As we always do to finish off here, word association. This is one of my favourite parts of the show that we always do. I'm going to go first. I'll give you your 5 first because we're not going to sit here and argue about that as we usually do.
No.
Who's going to go first?
Got time for that.
So number 1, Sega Master System.
Wow, that was... Geez, I spent some hours on that.
Yeah. Remember Olympic gold on that?
Olympic gold, putting the controller in my feet and just smashing buttons as fast as I could to try and win the 100 metres.
Because you had to hit the buttons. You had to hit the 2 buttons on it as quickly as you could to go as fast as you could. It was brilliant.
I ran the 100 in 9 flat.
Yes, I remember that. That is not a word of a lie. That was fucking quick. Number 2, Double J, Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, popping guitars, Jeffy. Yeah, Dave. He's one of the greats of all time, Jeffy.
Slapnuts.
Yep.
Yeah. Number 3, K Quick.
K Quick. Well, it just goes to show my interest in WWE at the moment.
Was that on the air that we said that last week? I don't think it was. I brought up R-Truth and you were like, who the fuck don't you mean K Quick?
No, I was saying, isn't Goldust and K Quick doing great work?
Yes, he did too. That's right. All right, number 4, Mike Awesome.
You stole my number 4 as well.
Oh, you're kidding? Oh, fucking hell.
No, we've got the same bloke, so you can do it as well. Mike Awesome. He had the ability to be a main eventer, but he was ECW champion, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. I always think
he
that
was their
70s guy.
face.
That 70s guy. We saw him live.
Sure. God, that would have been Russo, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Buried him.
That was Russo.
Buried him 100 foot under the ground.
Horrendous gimmick. Horrendous gimmick. And just finally, number 5, China.
Wow, tits.
I was thinking
sex tape.
I was thinking another part of the anatomy where she pretty much looks like she's got another dick, bigger dick than X-Pac.
Yeah.
Which is saying a lot because he's got a pretty big dick. We're not even going to go there. No. Let's head into your top 5 now.
But no one listens to this anyway.
Nobody stays this long. Okay, word association from you.
All right, number 1, US presidential election.
A joke.
Mm.
It was a joke. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe how it panned out. There's people crying and shit. Fucking crazy.
Yeah. I can't believe he won, but anyway.
Yeah.
Obviously, Mike Awesome at number 2. 3, Brodus Clay.
Ugh. The first word that came to mind is fat, but he was actually the bodyguard for Snoop Dogg at one stage. Just a little bit.
Mm.
I don't think that's a fact. It's probably someone else.
I remember turning you come home one weekend and he said, "Oh well, I'm going to watch the wrestling, so I might as well watch it with you."
Mm.
And then he come out dancing.
Yep.
And I was like, "Nah,
fuck
I'm going out to drink beer." Yeah. So
yeah.
Number 2, Elimination Chamber or WCW Triple Cage.
Elimination Chamber, but the Triple Cage was sick. It was a clusterfuck, and it was incredibly dangerous, but it was sick. They had that second cage filled with weapons. It was awesome.
Yeah. And last, Misfits in Action.
Misfits in action.
Bit of Hugh Morris.
Hugh Morris. Who else was in the Misfits?
Lash LaRue was in there.
Oh, he was too. Major Guns. That chick with the massive tits.
Yeah.
And the
Corporal
big fucker.
Cajun.
Yeah. Oh, Corporal
Cajun. He was
Lash LaRue.
Lash LaRue. Yeah.
Yeah, he was Corporal
Sergeant
Cajun.
AWOL was.
He used to be the Wall.
Yeah, the Wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
They were
Lieutenant
great.
Loco, he was Chavo, wasn't it?
Yes.
Or
And
was
they
it?
were, I think that was Lieutenant Loco was Chavo. Typical Rusev type shit, this. And they were feuding with the guy who tweeted me before, with Conan's group, the Filthy Animals, with Rey Mysterio and who else was in that fucking group? That was cool. We saw them live in Melbourne for WCW in Nitro.
Yep.
And they were awesome.
Yep.
So,
Mm.
yeah, what a
Remember,
cracking... Yeah.
who broke their leg?
Oh, Johnny the Bull.
It was Johnny the Bull. Goodness me.
Ooh. Remember that bloke
Fucking
behind
hell,
us?
bro.
The bloke
Yeah.
behind us. He's like, yeah, that's fucked. Yep, it certainly is, mate. It is fucked. Yes.
Yeah.
Another good one. Enjoyed it. Enjoyed this one this week.
Yep.
I'm still on the fucking lookout for Babes. I reckon he's going to be muffling my fucking mouth in his sleep. And I've taken the in my sleep, sorry. And I've taken the challenge from Hack on board. Are we going to give him the opportunity? Are we going to give him the platform to defeat me as the undisputed champion of Universe Mode? Loved them both. Thank you so much, boys. And thank you, as always, guys, for listening. And as we always say, which is never going to catch on, but I'm going to fucking hammer it home until we get there. Give yourself a hoe.
Give yourself a hoe.
Ho!
Oh.
That's useless. See you later.
It's not going to work.